All right, Voice of SINOE is here live on your screen. Yes. Yeah, they say, you know, the cat, when it's getting prepared to catch the prey, you know, you have to be strategic. You know, you have to maneuver. You can't just go, woo, you start shaking there and the prey will run away. So when they're going into a pay, you know, be very subtle, be strategic, be careful how you grab the prey. And also, we are here again to grab the the prey here. We're going to give you some praise here. So now, let me see. I got my last traditional song here, and we'll get the ball rolling here for you. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to a brand new edition of Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Doc Sapo there. That's it, Chibe one year. Important Chibe one, that's it, nothing in the Chibe more. In the way called Chibe in Sapo, like cattle. But can't get the more. But the people are speaking in parables, you know, that the elders, you know, so they know what they are talking about. You know, I'm not here this morning to the afternoon to decode the message of the elders. You know, I'm here to want to give them the message, the one they want me to deliver to the people. I gave it to you. All right, again, welcome to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Doc Sapo, the Esoteric, coming to you live from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. I hope you are having a wonderful day, all of you that are watching the show. I'm really, really grateful to have you. You know, usually when I get here, you guys, You will be here with me. I really, and that is why getting the show going is because of you. You know, your willingness to be part of the show, to participate. All right. So what do we have for you today on the platform? We want to go straight into it. It's a wonderful show, so don't relent to share the link with your friends. We will highly appreciate that. You know, when we come here, we don't make it lazy, we'll make it real for you. All right, let's get to here. The first thing we want to start with happy birthday greetings here quickly. Let me get my other device activated here. I'm a technology man, so I got everything lined up here to monitor from every angle. All right, good. You know, monitor from the other device too. Great. All right, so let's start with happy birthday greetings. I mean, I think I had to put it to monitor my voice too. Sorry, guys, I can't make it nice in your ear. So here when it does this. All right, sorry about that. All right, we want to do happy birthday greetings first for the start of the show. So we want to say happy birthday to Wokie Freeman. Wokie is my little sister. She's in Liberia. We got little Madison, is my son, and then Auntie Betty. All right, those are the three people I want to do a quick shout out to before we get the real meat of the show out here. So let's see here. Wokie, where's my sister? She's in Liberia. She just celebrated her birthday, so I want to start the show with her. All right, that's my sister right here. She's in Liberia. Beautiful, right? Yeah, she's beautiful. Gorgeous, you know. She must say, it's beautiful too, right? Handsome, beautiful, cute. All right, that's my sister that Wokie Freeman celebrated her birthday I think 1 or 2 days ago. So Wokie, I like to use the platform, dedicate the platform to you, even though it's belated, but later is better than never. And we want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you many more years. You know, they're her right here again. Big Jewel, she in Morovia. And when you want to talk to her, you got to call me first, you know. All right, so that's my sister there. She celebrated her birthday, so I want to say happy birthday to Wokie. That's my little sister, by the way. I'm an old man. All right, so we're into the play together. You know, we're in school back in the day, I can remember. But she's a big girl now. She was a little girl, and now she's a big girl. So Wokie, love you. Enjoy your new age. All right, the next person I want to do a shout out to here is my auntie. Auntie Betty also is celebrating her birthday today. So we want to start. We can start the show without doing a shout out to her. So Auntie, we want to say happy birthday to you as well. Wonderful lady. When I went into the play as well, she had my back. You know, she's my second mother. So Auntie Betty, enjoy your new age as well. We wish you many more happy returns. Now, that's my little man too celebrating his birthday. It's called Madison. That's Madison Jr. here. It's Madison. All right, my son. He also celebrated his second birthday. That's Madison. See the man? Pretty boy too. So Madison, Daddy wants to say happy birthday to you. That's by the way, my grandson. Okay, I'm a pape. I'm a pape. So my grandson, he just celebrated his second birthday, and so you see the man doing taekwondo and all. Man, excited. All right, so that's my little man. We want to say happy. He's named after me. Daxayo is a great son. Yeah, I will be training sooner rather than later. He will be here with me in the U.S. so that I can train him the way I'm training my other girls here to be the next generation after me, to liberate our people, to carry the baton. You know, leadership is a relay race, right? You run. You give the baton to the next person, and the next person carries it. Okay, so it's continuity. That's leadership. A successful leader. Success without a successor is a failure, and so I am training my children to continue this moral empire that we are building here. Okay, so we want to say happy birthday to everybody. out there celebrating your birthday. Now let's go to the first thing that we want to talk about here on Voice of SINOE here. All right, we have a lot of breaking news for you today on the platform. So since it's our first breaking news, I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE. Sapo, Sapo, whatever way you want to spell it. Sapo, the 17th ethnic group of Liberia. Sapo, the 17th ethnic group of Liberia. You know, history has a way of changing itself. The Sapo ethnic group, when you look at the history of Liberia, this tribal group has been an integral part of the struggle in the country. Every aspect of the nation, you cannot discuss the history of the Liberian state without talking about the Sapo people. As a matter of fact, the first indigenous vice president of Liberia from the Sapo tribe, Thomas Wesson. And so it was sort of historically weird to see a tribal group that produced the first indigenous vice president to be counted, to be not part of the major tribes or ethnic groups of the country. But you know, you say history, you yourself, you got to make your history. You have to write your own history. If you allow another man to write your history, you will be out. So don't look to another man to write your history. And so the sons and daughters from the Sapo ethnic group, the ethnic group that produced the first indigenous vice president, eventually reality is kicking in. And so great men, great speakers, the bicentennial celebration, the guest speaker, being somebody who understands the history of Liberia. You say, well, this is something that people have been hiding for a long time, but we have to bring it out to the public. I think his name is Dr. Allen, if I'm not mistaken. And so lately he made the pronouncement, Sapo, the 17th ethnic group of Liberia. All right, now let me play his statement, and we'll show you some pieces of evidence, okay, to corroborate the authenticity of the Sapo ethnic group in Liberia, which people back then they blended with the Crown tribe. Some people will say it's a bush crew, and you can go on and on. They're trying to embed a major tribe into other tribal groups in the country. But reality, you see, I think it was William Cullen Bryan who said, truth crushed to earth will rise again. Certain historians are the writers of our history. They were trying to suppress the truth, but you can't suppress it forever. The truth is out. Now let's go to what the professor, the guest speaker for the bicentennial celebration said. Let me do my screen sharing here. Let me show you quickly the audio. It's a brief audio here. I'm not playing the whole thing. All right, let's play this.
The four groups are the free blacks from the United States, the indigenous people, the Congo people, and the Barbadian immigrants. All of them were here in 1822 or came shortly thereafter. I will therefore spend a little more time on the lesser known histories of the Congos and the Barbadians. So I begin, the indigenous people. The indigenous people comprise Liberia's 17 ethnic groups, according to the census.
What did he say? 17 ethnic groups, right?
Census of 2008, they added another indigenous group, the Sapo. So we went from 16 ethnic groups to 17 ethnic groups, according to the census of 2008.
Okay, let me play that one more time. One more time, please.
The four groups are the free blacks from the United States, the indigenous people, the Congo people, and the Barbadian immigrants. All of them were here in 1822 or came shortly thereafter. I will therefore spend a little more time on the lesser known histories of the Congos and the Barbadians. So I begin, the indigenous people. The indigenous people comprise Liberia's 17 ethnic groups. According to the census of 2008, they added another indigenous group, the Sapo. So we went from 16 ethnic groups to 17 ethnic groups, according to the census of 2008.
All right, so that's the truth coming to earth. Okay. Sorry, I think I got something playing on the back there. All right, so that's the historical facts are coming up. Okay, so now we have the 17th Sapo is the 17th ethnic group in the Republic of Liberia. So moving forward, anybody who says that 16 tribes or official tribes of Liberia or ethnic group, I think I like the word ethnic, like the professor rightly said. So we've got 17 ethnic groups now in Liberia instead of 16. All right. And the professor gave you a reference. You can go check the 2008 census or report. Okay. So you can see it's there for yourself. A navigator is right there. Now, let me show you another document here from the CIA. I think some of you may have seen this before, because the CIA said this long time before even the professor came up. All right, so let's see what the CIA said too with respect to, let me see my email here. All right, let me share this and I will go. Then, okay, so this is the report. If you look at the CIA website, the War Fact book, you know, they got the various ethnic groups of Liberia. So you see here, this is the CIA, right? We're not making anything up here. So you see here, you see ethnic groups, and you see they said the Pele, other people say Pele, other people say Pele. So the Pele, like 20.3% of the Liberian population. You got the Bassa. The Bassa is 13.4%. So Pele is the largest. Grebo 10%. Gio 8%. Mano 7.9%. Crew 6%. Loma 5.1%. Kisi 4.8%. Gola 4.4%. Kran 4%. Va 4%. You got Mandingo 3.2%. Bandi 3%. Mende 1.3%. Sapo Sapo 1.3%. All are Liberian, and they got 1.7%. All are African 1.4%. Non-African 1%. All right, so you see, this is 2008 estimate as well. Okay, so I'm quite sure the CIA, they were looking at the 2008 report or the census report of Liberia. You know, so you see here, they give you the reference, the year 2008 estimate. All right, so the argument that, you know, I mean, other details you can read, you can talk about the religion, but I'm not too concerned about all of this right now. I just want to show you that the authenticity, the realness, so those that have been making all these weak arguments and say, oh, Sapo is crown or is bush crew, it is not true. Okay, it has been refuted by the available evidence. Okay, I can go more into that, but for truncation to make the process, the show a little short, I will leave it as that. And so we want to say congratulations to the Sapo people for being considered another, let's say, part of the original official tribes of Liberia. There should be no reason why you shouldn't be included, all right? Because you play a major role in the history of the country, and you have been there, the struggle for freedom. I mean, you can name a lot of freedom fighters, the Sapo from the Sapo belt that fought the hegemony of the American Liberian, the True Way Party. We can name many people. All right. So that's the first breaking news that we want to share with you here. Let me see what are some comments trending here. Okay. Nothing major over there right now. All right. So let's go to the next thing that we want to talk about on Voice of SINOE. Again, the show has a lot of breaking news today. So let's see what the next breaking news we have for you. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dr. Sapo, the Esoteric. All right, so the breaking news we have for you here: members of USAA Iowa Chapter to fire Dave Kulee. All right, so just to be clear, okay, if you are familiar with Voice of SINOE, the information right now is coming from the speculation room, okay? So the breaking news that we are giving you or about to give you is from the speculation room, okay? We've got two rooms. So when information comes from the speculation room, it is factual. The only thing that is missing is the evidence. And so now we are seeking the evidence. Sooner rather than later, the evidence will be out. That's why we put it in the speculation room. And then when the news graduate or the information graduates, it gets in the factual room, then we'll have the evidence. For now, the information we are giving you is coming from the speculation room. Okay, just to be clear. All right, now, so the members of USAA Iowa Chapter to fire Dave Kulee. All right, by the way, if you don't know Dave Kulee, he is the interim president of the Iowa Chapter of the United Sapo Association in Americas. When your man Geleo took over, Iowa is one of the baby, he brags about it and stuff of that nature, from North Dakota to Iowa, so North Dakota, they classified North Dakota now to be North Korea, and because the president there, he's not a sycophant, he doesn't bootleg, so if you're not bootlegger, then they brand you, they give you a name. All right, so now because North Dakota has been classified as North Korea, and so the only person that is kowtowing or genuflecting to the corruption of the incumbent, or the former president, I should say, or if you say the incumbent of the Green Code Geleo Association in the Americas. Okay, so the members of the Iowa chapter, they have been crusading, headed by the Vice President, Mr. Abel Morris. Again, if you are a follower of Voice of SINOE by now, you know that the interim president of the Iowa chapter, Dave Kulee, has a corruption allegation against him. He took what they call the PPP loan, all right? He took $45,900, put it in the chapter account without letting any of the members know, And then later the members discovered this amount of money was public deposited in the organization's account. But then they did not report, he didn't tell anybody. So the chapter members, and they have been asking the tough questions, okay? If you like, fundamental questions. If the money is not ours, or it is not for us, why did the president put the money, deposit the money in our account? He is not somebody who is illegal in the U.S. He is legal. So why is it that he did not put the money in his private account? And he put the money in our chapter account, and he's telling us the money is not for us. And he wiring the money to himself through Zelle, through whatever, sending some money to Anthony Toy and the like. And so the Vice President, Abel Morris, is not okay with that. By the way, yes, the Vice President, if you don't know him. So Abel Morris and the members, at least 99.99% of the members of the Iowa chapter, they are now pressurizing this guy right here, Dave Kulee, who is the incumbent, to leave office. First, they called several meetings. They asked him to step aside, and he refused to do that. They said, Mr. Dave Kulee, until you are exonerated, go through the process, the board investigating the whole process. Until you are exonerated, you cannot be our face because you represent us as a leader. And so for this massive corruption allegation to be against you, you have to step aside. So they have called the man to several meetings, and Dave Kulee remains adamant. He's not leaving office. He is the Jacob Zuma. He is the Yaya Jammeh of the Sapo community. They don't want to leave power. They need to be forced. That's Green Code video number 2. When they do the right thing, instead of stepping aside, they force themselves. They want to remain in power. And so Dave Kulee right now, Abel Morris, the Vice President, is saying, no, our image is very important. Our integrity is very important. And so the members now, I'm told reliably that a letter has been drafted. They are going to the notary to notarize the letter, go to the bank and do some work and all of that. So it's getting serious. So sooner rather than later, the termination letter of Dave Kulee will be out because Abel Morris is not joking. And all the members, because the guy, like Green Code Video did, he's trying to hijack that chapter. And because of that, the members are not coming to a meeting. People are not participating because of the intransigence of Dave Kulee, now with them wanting to leave power. Okay, so we are with Abel Morris. Abel Morris, we are with you. Continue this fight. That's how it is. I told you before, when the good people sit back, the evil will triumph. And we cannot sit back for evil to triumph. All right, they got the forces, they got people that support them. But be strong. Like the Bible says, the race is not to the swift, but him that endures to the end. And by extension, I will say not only to the end, but to the very, very end. So pursue Dave Kulee. We have to set a moral precedent in the union. The culture of corruption, the culture of people doing the right thing or wrong thing and they're going with impunity, that culture must end. And so we are egging on, we are the board of directors, the national administration, the voice of the people, the voice of the elders, and the ancestors, that's how you put that. We are on your side, Abel. Continue the fight. We are waiting for the letter now. I'm told again, this information is coming from the speculation room of Voice of SINOE. The information is factual. The only thing that is missing is the corroborating evidence. So once we get that evidence, we'll bring it to you. But that's the fight right now in Iowa. Dave Kulee refused to leave power. All right? He refused. even though he is tarnishing the image of that chapter. All right, now that's the developing story from that place. The president or the vice president, sooner rather than later, he will be taking over. Now, the reason Dave Kulee does not want to leave, okay? The major reason why Dave Kulee does not want to leave is because Green Code Geleo Unconstitutional Convention is coming up in August of this year. And Abel Morris is vehemently against the illegal holding a convention in his chapter. Abel Morris is against that. So Abel is saying we have to replace the guy, or else he wants to force the election here or the convention here. We don't want the convention. All right. So that's why that's the major reason why Dave Kulee does not want to leave office, because he wants to host the bogus, that fake convention of Mr. Geleo, that unconstitutional convention of Mr. Geleo. And Abel Morris is saying, no, we took Dave Kulee, you took an oath to defend and protect the Constitution of the United Sapo Association in Americas. And so the father, your so-called national vice president violated the Constitution. We will not allow you for that epidemic of corruption to extend to the chapter. And number two, one of the reasons why they are now pushing Dave Kulee to leave too is, according to Dave Kulee and Geleo, Dave Kulee is the so-called national vice president for Green Code Geleo. So the members are saying Dave Kulee got to leave, since he is the national vice president. He cannot serve in two capacities. Just the same way Frances Clark Myers cannot serve in two capacities. She was elected as the national president of the union, and therefore Mr. Mason Toba took over the chapter because he was the vice president to her. She cannot serve in two capacities at the same time. So, but in the culture, in the leadership ethos of Green Code Geleo and followers, yes, you are a matter that can occupy two spaces at the same time. No, so they violated the law, the scientific law they call the impenetrability. One thing cannot occupy two spaces at the same time. All right. So Dave Kulee is the national vice president, and he's the national in the local chapter president and the national vice president. He's serving in two major capacities at the same time. And so that's what power greed does to people. If you are greedy for power, if you're an avaricious person, that's what happens. You want everything to be you, everything to be about you. You don't want to give the baton over to the next person. They don't understand the concept that leadership is a relay race. You run and you get it back to the next person, and the next person gives it. It's not about how fast you can run. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon leadership. And so you run, you give the baton to the next man gives it to the next person. So when everybody, at the end of the day, everybody wins. It's not one person. But the likes of Green Code Geleo and his supporters is about me. So I build Nesi Kolo. I build Palava Hut. It's about them. It's not about the group as a whole. Ask those guys right now, what is the leadership philosophy of Geleo? He has no philosophy. What is the passion of Geleo? He will not tell you anything. Maybe they will say that corruption or dividing people. That would be the passion. So Abel Morris is doing the right thing here, and we are supporting you, Abel. Continue on that. Now, the next breaking news here we want to give you, because it's the corroboration, it's the authentication of what we said earlier. I mean, that's why when we give you information from the speculation room, we'll tell you that information is fact. But I'll be right back to elaborate. All right, now, welcome back. So, I say the evidence is out. So see, ERV, that's abbreviation for evidence, okay? The evidence is out. Geleo and Mrs. Raw, or Lieutenant Ross, but Seeyon, to go on backing assessment. The evidence is out. Mr. G. Geleo and Madam Kamala, not why I kept saying Kamala Raw, but are the same people anyway. Madam Joyce Seeyon to go on backing assessment. Okay. I just told you Abel Morris is now Abel Morris and the chapters or the members of that chapter, they are exacting mounting unconquerable pressure on Dave Kulee. And Dave Kulee is at the point of being terminated from the office of the presidency. And so I told you last week that they were going there. We took the information from the speculation room, and some people was, oh, they got lying. And so now I'm bringing the evidence out to tell you that when we come here, we don't come to tell lies. We tell you the truth. So the news, the information that we gave you from the speculation room has graduated, has matriculated to the University of the Factual Room. Okay? So now, here is it. Again, we don't tell stories. So when I tell you something here, we have done the research and we have to bring it to you. Now, let me share something with you to validate what I'm saying here. Okay, you see, Mr. Gio, right? Hopefully, let me see what I will be sharing. Okay, share on my side now. So you see, Mr. Gio and Mana Ross. I mean, come on, man. Okay, Mana Joyce. I can't say Mana Ross. So these are the two people. The post that they published to announce the people coming on a backing mission in Iowa. Okay, this is the post. Let me go to the top. All right, see here, it was from Mariah Cleon. So they tag people in here, Carlos Shigbe, and other 59 others. Okay, they tag the people in. So it's the evidence that we are giving you. So when we come here, we don't give you fables. You know, we give you fact. Okay. So it says here the national president. By national, they mean former national president, which is Green Code, right? You know, so somehow they're trying to abbreviate, you know, writing a lot instead of saying former national president. Yesterday, the national president of the United Sapo Association in Americas, all right, is not apostrophe S, okay? You just put the S here. Don't put the apostrophe, okay? Next time, I just want to help too. In the Americas, it's not possession, all right? The national president of the United Sapo Association of Americas, in the Americas. Now, how you say it the right way? National president of the United Sapo Association in the Americas, okay? It's not of the Americas. Honorable G. Geleo, okay? The word honorable does not belong beyond Green's name, okay? Green is dishonorable. Honorable people do not go in group account and loot money from there. No, honorable people don't do that. Honorable people are people that are transparent, whether in public or in private. They are transparent people. So you can call somebody honorable on whose administration the organization is divided. You can call it man honorable. That's not how you use that word honorable. So dishonorable Green Code Geleo, including the former national chairlady, okay? They're trying to be succinct. You know, when you want to be brief, you don't want to write everything long, they abbreviate it. So that's what the author did here, including the national. So instead of saying former national chairlady, they just said national chairlady. So they say including the former, I'll put it the former national chairlady, Madam Joyce Seeyon, and this honorable Cesar Tobo. Anybody who aid and abet corruption, you are not honorable. You are dishonorable. So Cesar somebody, the man has been charged for aiding and abetting corruption. All right. So you can't say honorable. Don't call it not Esau, but Cesar Tuber honorable. He's dishonorable. All right. When somebody is doing the wrong thing, you don't support that person. Then you yourself too, you are making yourself the person, that wrong thing the person is doing. So the man is aiding and abetting corruption. And this Honorable Cecil Tubbo, a former national planning chairman, among other. Okay, so they're bringing other people, among others. Top brass, okay? They are top brass that are coming. And what kind of top brass are they? The top brass of corruption, top brass of division, top brass of division or corruption or polarizing their own people, top brass of, adding childish all day, get on Facebook and dance. The top brass of dancing. All right? They love to dance. That's all they do. Their people are suffering, they're dancing. They took $90,000 from the account so our people so the children can go to school. Because they gave him the opportunity first for the children to go to school. They gave him 12 students and he denied them. And so he took the $90,000 so the children can go to school. The $2,000 that left in the account, Francis wanted to give scholarship. The man now, he fighting over it too. So the children can get scholarship. Okay? So these people, they are top brass of, so they say top brass are expected to arrive in Des Moines, Iowa, January the 22nd, 2022 as a assessment. You can't use, you see the words of vowel here, A. And that is saying simple thing in here. I don't want to be teaching everything here. When you say A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes all certain words, they will begin with vowel or consonant, but sometimes they take vowel sound. So like owl, you begin with H, but it has vowel sound. So you can say a hour, you say an hour. Okay. So here you see the A here is glaring. You can say a assessment, an assessment. That's the proper English, an assessment. Okay, so that's why we give the title. They are going on this. The scheduled visit is what we call backing assessment. Okay. Now, number one, let me do a little analysis here. The United Sapo Association right now, it was voted on in Florida that the next convention should go to North Dakota. Does President Myers got to go there and do assessment? No, she doesn't have to. All we have to do is put in the mechanisms to support the chapter, send the money, the $4,000, so that they can secure the hall and stuff of that nature. We don't have to get delegation to do assessment. So the reason they are taking the assessment is because the Vice President Abel Morris is making the play uncomfortable. So they are going there to do assessment to see whether it will be possible for the convention to be held. When you do assessment, by the way, you go check how things looking. You evaluate, you do a survey of the place, whether it's okay to do what you want to do. So they say they are United Sapo Association in the Americas. The members say they say the General Assembly, they agreed that next convention should go to Iowa. But Green, Coach Geleo, and Joyce, they say they're going there to do assessment. Why? It's because Abel Morris is putting zero pressure on Dave Kulee. And it will not be possible to host the convention. And so they say they call it assessment. Basically, they're going to beg Abel Morris and the members in that chapter. That's what they're going there for. It's backing mission. Come on, people. It's not anything difficult here. Do you see Francis talking about going to North Dakota to do assessment? For what? The guys are on ground. The leaders are there. All they have to do is communicate with the national leadership. When they need any help, they seek the help. But the people are carrying delegation to do assessment. You serious? So you can see when Dr. Yopo, when I tell you something, you got to believe it. The feasibility of their convention going on is negligible. It's zilch. It's nil. It's nada. Zero. And so they have to go there and do assessment. But it's a diplomatic language. Instead of saying, oh, we're going to beg, Abel Morris and those members so they can leave Dave Kulee so we can have our convention. They say we're going to do assessment. This is not assessment. It is. You can't do assessment when something has already been approved by the General Assembly of the USAA. That the highest decision-making body, so when you make decision, you don't need any assessment. Everything we'll do everything for that thing to come to fruition. We'll work with the chapter. We'll send the resources. If the members, if the leaders in that chapter, when they need help, they will call for help. Then that one will have the national coordinator. Okay, that what the coordinator has to coordinate with all the chapter leaders and different auxiliary groups. But the man saying he got national coordinator, but the chair lady is going there to do assessment with Green Coach Geleo. That convention will not be successful because the great Abel Morris, the vice president, is making sure Dave Kulee is fired. And when Dave Kulee is fired, then he cannot host the convention. And the reason, one of the major reasons why Abel Morris is pushing this, they took 45,900. And now they are saying they want to raise 100,000 United States dollars when they go there. So Dave Kulee is saying when the people generate their money, then they put it in possession of Dave Kulee again, who took 45,900. How can you put the money in row hand? You can't do that. So he can't be in charge of our account. We got to remove the man. So when we remove Dave Kulee and put somebody with integrity like Abel Morris, maybe they will have, but the possibility is slim. Because Abel Morris is saying that chapter got to come under the union because the guys are doing it. They force Minnesota honor Green Coach Geleo. Even though the Minnesotans right now, they are talking about holding election. All right, they will call, not 6 October, but what you call him, Casey Wiley to come for election. If he doesn't go, then they will set a new administration. Okay, they will go to the ballot box. So the people that will contest, of course, they will lead that chapter. All right, so that's the breaking news here. So let me read this in its totality. The former national president of the United Sapo Association in the Americas, this Honorable G. Coach Geleo, including the former national chairlady, Madam Joyce Seeyon, and this Honorable Cesar Tobo, the national planning, former national planning chairman, among other top brass, are expected to arrive in Des Moines, Iowa, January 22nd, 2022, as a assessment, okay? As a assessment tour, okay? For the upcoming August 2022 National Convention in Des Moines, Iowa. And therefore, all National Convention Committee heads, all National Committee heads, members of USAA Iowa Chapter, and officials are invited to a joint meeting at the home of Miss Mariah Clay. All right, Iowa Chapter Chairlady, okay? So she is not the original chairlady, by the way. This is the designated chairlady for the Green Coach Geleo group, okay? The original chairlady, I will show it to you later, but now on today's show. So these are the people they say they're going, Green Coach Geleo and Seeyon, the guy is when we were a little boy back home, we used to have this story say, I see. So every time, everywhere Geleo goes, he has to actually either carry Joyce Seeyon or he has to say something about her. More than he may try to mimic Obama to the point where he turned everything around. Instead of referencing a woman all the time, you will be referencing Joyce Seeyon. Oh, my money making machine, I love you so much. You are so beautiful, gorgeous lady. And make sure and raise some money for me. He can't talk about a woman. He won't talk about Joyce Seeyon 24/7. I say, what kind of guy is this? Because he knows when Joyce Seeyon leaves from behind him, the man can't raise anything. The other day when Francis made donation to the people in Liberia, he called quick. But I say, Francis just make $1,000 payment, money making machine. Come on now, bring something quick, so you can make machine. So the man called, but Joyce said she made $100 donation, while Francis made $1,000. So they're just struggling to be equal with a woman. They can't, and the irony of the whole thing is during that convention, man, Joyce said, I will do everything in my power to bring peace. But when Joyce now go to Iowa to cause chaos. When I talk to you, they got let no, I don't. I let people that are consistent. Don't be flip and flapping 24/7. You will say A today, tomorrow you say B. I will say that I did a minute for this Philadelphia. I won't go. You're told the elders and everybody, oh, December 11, everybody come to Minnesota so we can make peace. You go buy there and say, oh, we send $28,000 buy home. So they forget the whole thing. They just playing tricks 24/7. And the team, we are gullible. We are credulous people. No, we are not. We are incredulous because we know you guys. We know what you can do. So my Joyce Kulee Jetty were interpreting her. Hey, she will bring peace by all means. That peace she's making right now. That how you can make peace, you can go to Iowa. They didn't tell Dave Kulee to leave power, but they're forcing the man to be there. But they're making peace. All right, guys. So that's the thing about Dave, not Dave Kulee. Yes, Dave Kulee included everybody else. So that's some of the development from the Iowa chapter there. As you can see, let me see the comments here. All right, I'll look at your comments later. Okay, so that's it. The backing they're going to. Abel Morris is the man. This guy right here. Nobody. Green Court and everybody they're going there now to beg, to kneel down to Abel. Abel will backing you. You don't want to sabotage our convention, our illegal convention. Then Abel is saying, boy, you say illegal already, so why should I allow you to hold something that is illegal? It is illegal. Why should you hold something that is illegal? Which document Green is following? No provision in the Constitution of the United Sapo Association that backs what Green is doing. Nothing. And that's why when they went to the convention, they didn't even touch anything in the Constitution. They didn't do an amendment. No matter we go to convention, we have to look at the Constitution. Every time we go there, we look at things to improve the document. It's a living document. They didn't touch anything in there. So we don't know how many years Green is serving for. Okay? So Abel Morris is saying this injustice will not continue on my watch. We'll fight it. Whether Dave got 400 PhD, we don't care. The right thing must be done. PhD does not make you moral. You can have all the degrees and you are amoral. So Abel Morris is saying, we're going to fire the man. Dave Kulee is saying he does not want to leave honorably, to resign. On his own volition, we will fire him. So we are waiting for that letter. Sooner rather than later, it will be out. Now, let's get to something else yet. All right. Before we get to something else, let me do something for you here. Let me talk to the elder smart. All right. Let me hear the elder smart, and we'll go to the next thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I have to listen to the elders to get a message from them, so I have to listen to them. All right, so welcome back to the Voice of Seeyon. Let's get to our next talking point here. The next thing that we want to talk about today on Voice of Seeyon. Okay, It's a breaking news day today. Okay, so I will be right back with the next issue on our agenda for today. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dr. Iowa Chapter Esoteric, coming to you from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania. So the next point of breaking news we call this Kolophobia. I think we should have made it with a question. Kolophobia? Well, I'll just say the Kolophobia. Melvin Dweh rescinds decision to run against President Kolo. Kolophobia. All right. What is kolophobia? Kolo is the president of the USAA North Dakota chapter. And he has been called because of a ability to stand the course in the face of difficult challenges. Mr. Dio and his followers, they call him North Korea, North Korea, his chapter, Kim Jong-un. So kolophobia is the fear of Kolo, kolophobia, because the word phobia means fear. So kolophobia is the fear of Kolo. You have to understand the guy's name is Othello N Kolo. So Nyoswa means in Sapo, God. You know, Nyoswa in Sapo. Actually, when you translate it, Nyoswa means older person, elderly person, Nyoswa. Okay? So in Sapo, when we say Nyoswa, that's the older person, Nyoswa. So kolophobia is the fear of Kolo, President Kolo. So the last time we brought the breaking news to you, Melvin Dweh announced or declared his intention to run against President Kolo of North Dakota, or North Korea, if you like. But recently, the president, or the former vice president, I should say, of the Minnesota chapter, Melvin Dweh, got out of the race. And he gave his full support to the president of that chapter. They had a meeting the other day. Yes, the picture right here. See the man shaking Kolo hand. They say, sir, good job. I give my blessing to you. It's a beautiful thing, right? That's what we want to see. The queen is beyond there too. You can see the national vice president, Mr. Madison, and other powerful ladies. They are here. Impressive picture. I like this. You know, but we have to dig a little bit deeper into why Melvin Dweh rescinded his position or his decision. Why? Why he did that. Now, let's start with President Kolo first. You know, this is President Kolo, by the way. You know, President Kolo is a wonderful guy. He has been leading that chapter for some time, and he has done his best to keep that chapter together, and everybody's praising him. No, but you see, challenge has its own way of changing people. When Melvin Dweh made the announcement that he was going against President Kolo, all hell broke loose. President Kolo, ladies and gentlemen, called nearly everybody because the president hasn't faced a challenger before. So he was so terrified to it. So Melvin Dweh challenged the foundation of the president. He said, you know what? Mr. President, you got it on silver platter the first time, but we're not going to allow you to do it the second time. I'm going to challenge you. So President Kolo, I'm told did not eat for 3 days. He almost fasted like Jesus. Went over the mountain and were fasting. Damn it. That I the one that God can challenge. The man who is not God. He wants to challenge God. So Kolo was literally calling people. It's part of the process, right? Campaign. So the men were calling. I was told that the president used to go, he would wake up 3 a.m. U.S. time in the bathroom and calling people in Liberia to come vote for him. Even though the people can't come. How do you fly people from Liberia here? It's not easy. You can do it, but it's a tough process. You can't do voter trucking or voter airplane in this case. And so this thing, it got the president seriously worried. When you look at the president's current picture, the man massively reduced in size. The man reduced heavily. So I'm like, wow. Election is a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. Before even our convention, it's after our convention before. Let me show you something. It's after our convention that Green Coat Video Bello got big. When France challenged the man, that time the man better went flat straight. That's how powerful election is. When France made that announcement and said from today, Green Coat, after Green came to the Women's Second Inaugural Program, you were like, what did I do? I built Palava Hall. What did I do? I divided the people. What did I do? France said, ladies and gentlemen, since the man is asking a rhetorical question, the best way to treat a rhetorical question is to answer it. And so she said, what did I do? What you did is you went in the account and took our money. And so I'm challenging you. Immediately the president's stomach, it got deflated. That's how powerful election is. The microphone was in your hand at times. The same way she holding the microphone. You say we are not giving it to Mr. Green Coat G on silver platter this time around. He had to earn it. Damn it. Green went, damn it, the man's stomach went flat straight. From this, it went straight. The man got 6-pack. I was like, damn it. How powerful. So it was the same thing. When Melvin Dweh made the announcement, this gentleman right here, when he made the announcement that he was going against President Kolo, you see, the share went down. Before then, the man's stomach was pushing that shit. It went down instantly. That's how powerful the election is. Challenge. All right. So President Kolo literally called the national president, President Francis Clamayos, please, your talk to Dweh. The thing here, I will challenge the man so bad that the man will not let me. I will beat the man. So I said, boy, if you will beat the man, then why are you calling people? Just beat the man, you'll go to the election. But anyway, now, let's look on the other side. Why Melvin Dweh got out. Why Melvin Dweh got out of the race. Several factors. Number one is what I call Kolophobia. Okay? Now, one of the reasons why the man got out, Kolophobia. They fear of Kolo because the man has the middle name of God. So Kolophobia. Now, one reason why Melvin Dweh got out of the race. Another reason why, or one of the major reasons, it's because of a Royal Highness. All right? The Royal Highness, Queen Diana Carla Williams, initially, her husband, Jackson Williams, when the declaration was made by Mr. Dweh to contest, right? You know, as a queen, you don't just come to the fore, you watch. And so, the king, actually, Jackson Williams, was flirting. He wanted to support A. Melvin Dweh, okay? You are gravitating towards A. Melvin Dweh, right? So they called several meetings. And the guy, the king is powerful now, a powerful man in the land. The king is canvassing for a Melvin Dweh. It was something that was one of the things that Kolo better went low, So when Mr. Williams started making the calls all over the place, Mr. Kolo, the president, was also calling Her Royal Highness. He said, Her Royal Highness, you are the pillar of this chapter. And Melvin Dweh and your husband, they are conspiring against me. You got to intervene. You got to do something. So Her Royal Highness, after the back and forth, and the guys are campaigning and all of that. So she called her husband. She said, I'm hearing on news. I'm hearing something. They say you are supporting Melvin Dweh. What do you have to say? Then Mr. Williams said, but honey, isn't it democracy? That democracy, right? I got the right to support who I want to support. So the queen said, I gave you 2 days ultimatum to change your decision, to scale back from that election thing. So the king, he's a king now. You want to put on a king, a posture. He's strong man, a king now. He said, why my woman getting me ultimatum? So after the days she gave, her husband expired, she called a man. He said, honey, come here. I gave you an ultimatum to scale back from the political activities here. Have you made a decision? The man said, no, I'm still supporting Melvin Dweh. The woman went, that she put on this royal garment. And she called Melvin Dweh and called Jackson Williams, her husband. You see the lapper on that dress? When you see the queen put that thing on her hand like that, that means she's about to make major decision. Okay? So be going forward, watch her. Anytime when she elevate that thing, is either she coming put plenty of money somewhere, or she coming about to make a major decision. So when she elevated that thing, Mr. William, knowing his wife, he had a second thought. He said, he called him, man, Melvin. He said, the woman about to make a decision. It will be a tough decision for me. But let's see what will let go. So the guy in the living room. And she said, I asked you the other day, I gave you an ultimatum to scale back from the political activities here. Have you made a decision? And the man said, yes, I'm the king. And so I'm supporting Melvin Dweh. So she said, bang the royal highness. Somebody that they gave the throne, so she lifted that thing, right? Somebody, I'm the one, the people of the union, including the elders and the ancestors, they gave me the mantle as the queen for the union. And therefore, since you are insisting to support Mr. Dweh, I'm declaring right now, you go and marry Dweh. When she said that, you see, in the Sapo culture, Mona, when somebody says something like that, she said, go and marry Dweh because I'm leaving now. The man said, when Sapo man said, Truma, that means it's abominable. So when she said that, she said, you got to go marry Dweh. Jackson said, Truma. Immediately he said, Truma. Dweh knew already that it was done for him. Because when Sapo man said, Truma. So Jackson said, Truma. This is abominable. In our culture, no. Man cannot come closer to man in that sense. So I have to remain with my queen. And so, the next thing I noticed, Johnson said, Mr. Dweh, you are standing by yourself. I'm staying with my queen. And Kolo will be the president until when he retires. When he tired, then he can come. But as of now, I can't leave my queen and God to you. So that was one of the major reasons why your man got out. Because if you don't have the support of the king and you don't have the support of the queen, come on now, how can you win election? So when the queen made that pronouncement, say, go marry or go marry, yeah. Your man, Melvin Dweh, Justice said, Truma. Yeah. So from there straight, the man said it was a done deal. So when they went to the meeting, it was a done deal. Right? That's how that decision was made. That's how that decision was made. And now Kolo remains the president. You see, when you are God, right? You're not just God just for the name. A lot of things in it. So Kolo Nyoswa, the man did everything. He went beyond the most powerful woman in the chapter, the queen. He said, if you want to subdue the most powerful man in the chapter, go behind the woman. So the man went behind the woman, got the woman's support. So all the things the king was doing, he said no. So Nyoswa Kolo was just watching Johnson and said, look, I got you already. All of you come as well later. Once I get a queen in my corner, you're done. So, and on top of that, Nyoswa Kolo also went behind Mr. Maya Tuli, powerful man in that chapter. He also went and got, or what you call it, the advisor. Like, I think his name is Philip. Got all the people that behind him. Got the vice president. Got all the stakeholders, the major ones. Mr. Dweh said, but I gotta just give up. I can't do anything here again. It finished. Man, Jala and traveling there to go intervene. I mean, come on, how can Dweh stay in such a race? The great man, the great fighter against corruption in Minnesota, he took a truck over there and went there and called a meeting. You see, Dweh, from the local things, the queen is not in your corner. And so you got to consider your decision. And Jana told him that. But before he thought Jana was playing. Jana said, I'm here to talk to you to get out of the race. And the queen also has decreed already. I'm working with Dr. Yopode, and we get signals from the ancestors. They told us already the queen is supporting Kolo. So you got to get out. Jana told Jim, he told Melvin Dweh, but he thought the man was joking. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, all joke aside, I want to say that's a great job over there. You know, I think one thing I should tell you too, President Kolo, the brother was so, when Melvin made that announcement, he was so confused to the point he was just calling everybody. One of the person the man called was this man right here. Let me show you. He called this guy, Christopher Wiley. The man mistakenly called Christopher Wiley. He thought I was somebody else. He said, oh, I'm calling you so I can get your support. Then Christopher Wiley, the man is the chief of coining phrases in the making of coin phrases. He said, not Korea. What are you calling me for? It's the same Christopher Wiley that coined Slaughter Hall for Florida, right? So the man can be throwing terms around. So Slaughter Hall. So Green took that one. So when Kolo called him, he said, Kolo, is that North Korea calling me? No, North Korea. Don't call my phone again. I'm not supporting you. For the local things, Melvin Dweh was the spokesperson before for us. So in any case, I'm thinking about Melvin Dweh. Not North Korea wouldn't listen to us. You are the one that took the chapter from us. And I can't support you. You North Korea. So the man, Kolo was so confused. Until he called the man who is the coiner. He's the coiner of names of different North Korea. He didn't want to give that title to North Dakota chapter because Kolo wasn't listening to them. He wanted Kolo to join the corruption in Minnesota, and Kolo said, "No, I can't do that. They call me Nyoswa. I'm the God, so God can be corrupt, and so I can't go with you guys." So that's something I wanted to point out to you. So Christopher Wiley was calling, he repeated the same thing and said, North Korea, calling a man, North Korea. And I said, man, I said, man, indeed you are North Korea. I said, man, I got my own philosophy. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. I the one can turn followers into leaders. So nobody can intimidate me and call me North Korea and all that thing. I go follow you. No. If you want to call me North Korea, it's fine because I'm an independent thinker. So the guys can call me North Korea and they want to call me Slaughter Hall and all that. Anyway, the man was telling Kolo, and you don't want to talk the people from North Korea and carrying them to the slaughter hall in Florida during the convention. You calling me now to come get my support? I said, oh, the man was telling that man all that thing, and the people they were telling me, they said, oh, Christopher, why they were blasting man? You took the people from North Korea and you carried them to the slaughter hall in Florida. So how can they Christopher Wallace start asking though? He said, but how can you survive it? You went to the slaughter hall. Why? How can you survive it? They call us about God. What can you do to God? I'm a God. And beside Florida, was it a slaughter hall? Because you vex, that why you put in names, they're all over the place. But Florida was the place that you agree on. When we went to Florida, when we went to North Dakota 2019, you the very man you voted. You the same Christopher Wiley you voted for the convention to go to Florida. So why are you calling it slaughter hall now? And you say, why I told people to slaughter hall? You know, so that's the only thing they made up. I was laughing. I said they got it. But anyway, before I forget, by the way, I got another breaking news. Don't go away. I got a breaking news to share with you. Hopefully I need to take the picture down. But I'll make the post also, just so I can forget. One of the contestants, should I say the only or one of the females contestant for Seeyon County Electoral District number 3, Seeyon County, should I say Kennedy hopeful, whatever you want to put it. Manakaja College Follow will be my guest tomorrow on the platform. We'll make the post when I get up. All right. She will be here tomorrow so that she will give a perspective of experience in the county and the petition, and we'll have plenty of questions. And you know I can do it now. When the politician in the county will pepper them with questions, so she will be here tomorrow. Manakaja College Follow will be my special guest tomorrow on Voice of Sano. So you don't want to miss the show tomorrow. Will be, you know, the woman can come too. She can come for intellectual weapons and everything, and want throw all the misa at you. Speaking Siri and all that thing. Yeah, we'll pull through the Siri then tomorrow. All right. So you got to join me tomorrow to have a conversation with Madam College Foley. She contested before and she's coming back again. She had a huge recession the other day when she visited Liberia. The lady, the rural woman, they endorsed her. I mean, it was crazy, man. The woman went all the way to Pelican and other places. I mean, you saw that huge recession. Herself will play some of the videos tomorrow so you can see. All right. So don't miss the show tomorrow, man. College Follow will be my special guest. Now, that being said, let's bring you the last breaking news here for today's show. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora. Elders Council ask Board of Directors to drop lawsuit. Elders Council ask Board of Directors to drop lawsuit. That's the breaking news we're getting. Yesterday or last night, we had a national teleconference. And we had over 500 persons on our line last night. If that is not exaggeration. I mean, the teleconference was well attended. Members. I mean, I couldn't keep track of all the people. I got a bunch of people. So I wrote names until I got tired. You know, because some people came late and were in the middle of the conversation. I kept taking names down. Yeah. But anyway, one of the elders, Elder Sua, right here, he was on a teleconference. He got on the line last night, and he said he called the chairman of the board of directors, Dr. Tale, and they had a conversation for several minutes or if not hour. The elder said during the conversation that they are trying to intervene again, even though they intervened multiple times, and they were respected by the former president. And so the elder asked the chairman of the board of directors, among other things, for the board to consider dropping the lawsuit against Green Code Geleo, and others. Among other things, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not citing verbatim or word for word. Among other things, they said that the lawsuit is choking grain and it follows. It's a serial thing. They're choking it. It's a dread neck. The guys have been choked by the lawsuit. So the elders say, you know what? Our children, they are not breathing. It's not easy right now. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm begging you so you guys can take the lawsuit from court so we can do it the Sapo way. The Sapo way, so we can do it the way we know how to do it. Let's do it the same way. We try almost a year plus. And Green did not listen. We are coming back again. Now, before I go more into that and get my perspective as to where I stand, let us go and visit history for a little bit and see some of the interventions that the elders made before that Green objected to. All right. Then I will give you my view and give some things that I'm thinking, some thoughts that I have. I will share with you. Let's see this. I want to see it in a chronological order. Okay, good. That's the one I want first. Okay, this is one of the reports from the elders, right? When they intervened, it was September 12th, 2020. The elders been in the negotiating, they've been backing Green for several years now, okay? When they intervened was September 12th, 2020, when they gave this report, all right, to both sides. So you can see the title here, United Sapo Association in Americas, the Elder Group /Team, September 12th, 2020. They say report, right? Listen to elders what they said in this communication. This is what they said. We, the concerned elders of the Sapo community in Americas, taught to mediate in what we saw as a growing threat to the peace and stability of the United Sapo Association in Americas. It's a typo over there, they put PY over there. United Sapo Association in Americas. As to which group, Board of Directors, under the leadership or under the leadership, I think they meant to say of, under the leadership of Honorable Issa Sabwe, or the executives under the leadership of President Green Code Geleo, leads the association in the face of the corona pandemics. We herewith submit our findings and recommendations. Okay, these are the recommendations, the 2020 September 12, 2020 recommendations of the elders. All right, their findings after they finish doing their investigation, they are giving their findings and recommendations to both sides. Okay, in the conflict. In our, they go on to say, let's see, I'm missing something. Okay. In our approach, the elder said, we chose to, first of all, meet jointly with the two of you. They met with both of them, right? The both sides, jointly, they said, with the two of you. The governing but opposing groups of the association, namely the Board of Directors and the executives. In that approach, we, on August 1st, 2020, through a teleconference, met with you, the said groups, and having listened to your views, recommended that the two of you, Board of Directors and the executives, work together as a team, right? Now, what the elder said, work together as a team. Now, let's go on. Their said recommendation, after more than 2 weeks, appeared not to be adhered to. We then took a second approach. When they say, let me read that line. They say the said recommendation, after more than 2 weeks, appeared not to be adhered to. It is not the board of directors. It was the executive Green Code view that did not adhere to the recommendations of the elders at the time. It's not the board. They refused to listen to the elders, to adhere to what the elders said. They went on to say, we then took a second approach. The first approach failed, right? We then took a second approach, this time to meet with your two governing groups separately. So this time, instead of meeting with them jointly, they met with them separately to find out the whole up to the working together as a team recommendation. Okay? While the two groups, they were not working together, so they met with them separately. Again, having listened to your individual views, we have herewith put forth the following recommendations. Okay? After they met with them first, and they recommended the two groups should work together, and Green Code usually I'm now working with the board of directors. They met with them separately, and then they make these recommendations this time around. Number one, that we stand by our earlier recommendation that your two groups work together until general elections are held, pending the eradication and resolution of the coronavirus. Okay, Green Code is a cherry picker. So when they send a resolution, he did not reply until after maybe 1 month. Then he say, oh, he will take the one and say, because he wants to stay in power forever, right? So he said, we agree with number one. We want to stay on until the coronavirus is over. And because he knows that it will not go away. All right. So he said, we agree with resolution number one that says that we should stay in power because it's all about power. The guy wants power. So he said, we'll take recommendation number one. Until the virus is eradicated, we will remain power. That's what we want. That one, we agree with it. So they went on. Number two, that a joint board of directors and executive meeting be called ASAP. At that meeting, a joint or working committee be set up to draft guidelines for the work or functioning of the association. This one, the board called Green Code USAA team, they did not show up. They did not participate in anything. Number three, that part of the terms of reference for that set up committee be, they gave a term of reference, right? They said that this is how it should be. Come with a timetable for the executive to report on the financial position of the association. Green Group, they did not do this one. Once it has to do with money, they got a lot of things because when they send their report, the board will question them and there will be problems. So they say, you know what, we are not following the other recommendation. B, come up with a timetable for the executives to report on the work of the COVID-19 Relief Committee, including the status of the approved $10,000. Green said, hell no, I'm not doing this. The $10,000 we've been talking about over and over, right? The man did not give it. He did not make any report. The elders made a recommendation. Come out with a timetable for the executives. They didn't say the board here, the executives, to report on the work of the COVID-19 Relief Committee, including the status of the approved $10,000. Nothing from Green Code USAA followers. C, come out, and by the way, the project committee man, I said, he didn't want leading project team and all those things. C, come up with a timetable for the appointment of the election commission. Green Code USAA, hell no, I'm not setting an election commission. He did not. D, other activities for the smooth operation of the association, such activities include, but not limited to, events regarding deaths and illnesses of members and their relatives. Okay, the two Green put guidelines in place so that we know how, when somebody dies or when there is celebration, how to go about it. So, rest on guidelines. Green did not do that. And the reason the elders recommended this, he went in the account and took $2,500 and gave it to a family member. All right? So the board said, no. Put something together when somebody's sick, when somebody dies, and when somebody graduates, so we can have something in place, some sort of policy. The men were just doing things arbitrarily. And so the elders recommended this. He did not follow through with it. All right. E, the joint or working committee is not a standing committee and will be dissolved immediately after the completing the drafting of the operational guidelines. Okay, so it's a ad hoc committee basically. 4, that the concerned elders, a group, be allowed to be part of the working or guidelines drafting committee. Green Code wrote, he replied and said, we don't want the elders on board. We don't want you guys to be part of it. It's in a communication in reply he sent to the elders. 5, that this working or joint committee reports to the association within 3 weeks. Green and his group, no report whatsoever, nothing. 6, that besides the ongoing Nessus Quarter project, the elders are clear, right? That besides the ongoing Nessus Quarter project, no new project be undertaken during this period. They were clear, right? What is Green Code doing out here, group? They said they want to take projects, right? The guys disobeyed the elders. Everything that the elders recommended, the guy flouted everything. Respectfully submitted that the elders, right? Reverend John C. Blah, he's the chairman. Honorable Arthur S. Geleo, co-chairman. Honorable Alfred D. Dweh, member. Honorable Isaac K. Jadia, member. Reverend Abel Tusua, secretary. Okay, these are the elders that submitted, that made the recommendation to Green Code View, and they disobeyed the elders. They refused to follow through. And everything that the elders proposed to them, they said they are not following it. Okay, now there's a reason I'm giving you the historical background here so you can understand where we are. All right, so you can understand. Let me give you another recommendation from the elders. I just gave you 2020 recommendations from the elders, right? Let me give you 2021. Hopefully it's the right one. Let me see. All right, there's another one from the elders. Now look at the elders' recommendation again to Green and the others and the board of directors that didn't follow through. The concerned elders of the USAA position statement on the mediation on conflict between the board of directors and the executives of the USAA, Saturday, June 5th, 2021. Okay, you see the date? I gave you 2020 recommendations, September 12th. This one is June 5th, 2021. Now, what is say here? The concerned Sapo elders of the USAA, first and foremost, express their gratitude to you, the leadership of the USAA, for responding to their quest, responding to their quest for peaceful resolution of the conflict within our union. For your information, the effort of the elder group has now been buttressed. Okay, it is not only the elders again. The elders group, for your information, the effort of the elder group has now been buttressed by a group of concerned youngsters of the said USA. Hence, after series, so the elder tried in 2020. 2021, the concerned members, they say, you know what, will also join the elders to support their effort. They got on board. The elders themselves saying, it's not me that's saying it. They say we'll join the elders to support their effort to bring peace to the union. Hence, after series, they say after series of meetings, within these two groups, we have resolved as follows, right? So number one, these are the recommendations, the joint recommendations from the concerned members and the elders combined, right? What they said, the two groups. One, that our earlier position at the beginning of the mediation effort, that both the board of directors and the executives work together, is upheld. All right. And the first thing they said, what we said from the beginning, two of you work together, that recommendation is upheld. We are maintaining that recommendation. The board of directors, they were willing to work with Green. They will send communication to Green, no reply, nothing. In this working together, the board remains board. Okay. In this working together, the board remains board with the constitutional mandate of advisory role. and monitoring the affairs of the association. Okay, they define the role of each body, right? The board remains bold with the constitutional mandate. Okay, they not say the mandate of the elders, right? They say constitutional mandate of advisory role and monitoring the affairs of the association. And the executives remain executives, the implementing or administrative arm of the association until Convention 2021. They are specific, right? Why Convention 2021? That's when because 2019 the board, the General Assembly agreed that this convention should go to Florida. All right, 2021. All right. So number two, that in line with their administrative functions, the executive appoints the election commission ASAP, okay, as soon as possible. That in line with their administrative, that Green Code GEO function, that a responsibility. In line with their administrative functions, the executive appoints the election commission ASAP to prepare guidelines and conduct the election during Convention 2021 in Jacksonville, Florida. They didn't say Minnesota, right? In Jacksonville, Florida, based on the general resolution from Convention 2019 in Fargo, North Dakota. All right, they are referencing Fargo resolution. Okay, if not already done, the executive should appoint National Convention Committee to work with the host chapter in Jacksonville, Florida, for smooth and timely execution of the convention programs. Green and his follower, everything, they refuse to listen to the elders. None of this was done. 3, that in the interest of peace, the executive follows the procedure. They not say the board. In the interest of peace, the executive follows the procedure and submit all requests for funds to the board, and the board, upon receipt of the request, approves it immediately to avoid delay and confrontation. Green did not submit any budget for convention, nothing. All right, man did not do anything. 4, that in the interest of peace and harmony of our people, and for the respect of the elders, this resolution or position of the elders herewith reserves and closes all other forms of demands that any party may have. They are clear, right? All the other demands that you guys made before in the power, the other thing, everything, this recommendation, that in the interest of peace and harmony of our people, and for the respect of the elders, this resolution or proposition of the elders herewith reserves and closes all other forms of demands that any party may have. Green, Code View, and followers. I mean, all these things that are listed, none of it was followed. They don't listen to the elder, nothing. They say respectfully, and they listed the people that made the recommendation, this recommendation. Number 1, Reverend John C. Blah, Chairman. Mr. Arthur S. Leo, Co-Chairman. Reverend Evan Tusua, Secretary. Mr. Alfred D. Bodwin, Member. Mr. Isaac D. Jadia, Member. Ms. Edith Poa for the Concerned Youth, USAA Chairperson. Mr. Mr. Isaiah Klaulu Mane, Concerned Youth, USAA Co-Chairperson. Mr. Maya Mundubu, Concerned Youth, USAA Member. Mr. Wida Jadia Bodia, Concerned Youth, USAA Member. Mr. Jerry Masakwe, Concerned Youth, USAA Member. These people, they made all efforts to bring Green on board to resolve the problem. Green Code GEO said, you know what? I followed the conflict in Liberia. And so the ECMO, they managed to take President Dweh to the Freeport, and they capture him. And so I understand all the tactics. I'm not going to listen to you elders. I'm not going to the Freeport. I'm not going to any convention for the people to fire me. I'm not listening to anything. Green Geleo understands Charles Sitter was also cajoled, if you like. You want to use that word, persuaded, or if you like, coerced by the U.S. to leave Liberia to go to Nigeria. And from there, they arrested him and carried him to the Hague for prosecution. Green said, I'm not leaving power because I understand all the historical things. So whatever the elders they put for, I'm not taking anything. Now, the very elders, you see all the recommendations, right? They made every effort to bring the community together. Even the other teleconference, I got the audio. I don't have the time to play it right now. These elders were literally begging Green Geleo. I mean, my own sister, CEO, either were on her phone and begging this brother. And Green said, I am not listening. And he did not listen up to now. They did not stop there. The elders still insist that they want to bring peace. And they've been working behind the scene. They've been working behind the scene to resolve the conflict. Mr. Alfred Bodwell Seeyon. I'll add a picture here. The elder, the negotiator, and these people told the elder to go to the bank. They will get the money. Honorable Bodwell went to the bank and sat there for several hours. The elder got to call these guys and say, are you guys coming? I've been waiting for several hours. After almost 6-7 hours, the old man sat at the bank. The people told the man, I'm not coming. We are not coming anymore. We'll change our plan. These very people, the elders are saying, you know what? We want to try again. It is because of the intransigence, the stubbornness of Green and his followers that we are in court right now. The case is now in court, but the elders are coming out and say, oh, you withdraw the case from the court. We will beg Green again. So Green can disrespect us again, even though you will not get the money, but let's go through the humiliation for another time. So you take the case from court. That's why the elders are asking us again. And I would say respect for the elders. I would call on the board of directors of the United Sapo Association to obey the mandate of the General Assembly. Is it wise for us to be in court and spend money to judges? It's not wise. But Green Geleo does not want union. He does not want unity. Green Geleo does not want us to use the money to cater to our people back home. And that is why he is made doing everything. The last $2,000 the brother left in the account. The Myers Money Administration, they went there, secured that money legally. Green went as far as filing for fraud claim to get that $2,000. And the bank said, no, Green, we are not giving it to you. Green is still telling a Somalian lawyer to get the money. That's what they are doing. So the guy does not care at every point of the way the brother is bent on corruption and fighting. And the elders are telling us we should take it from court so they can go beg Green again for Green to humiliate them. No, I'm not going to be here for Green to humiliate you again. We're going to stay in court. It is not a bad place. Going to court is where people settle disputes. If we can do it through arbitration, through elders intervention, which you did for so long, over one year, you guys are backing this one Green man. And we got to the point we are right now. And somebody is telling me the board of directors should take the case from court so that you go back Green. No, you're back the man. Green should do the right thing at this point. Give the money to us. It is not your personal money. Green did not go work for that money and put it in your private account. No, it's not your private money. It's group money, sir. Do the right thing. It's public money. You can take public property and you put it in your pocket and you want people to back you. It's not your where you are working right now, the cash you are making there. If what we're asking for, then you have a point. But this is public money. Mother, Mabel, said he was on the phone last night. And what the mother said was poignant. It was profound. He said, some of us here, we go and clean people's nose, or noses if you like. And we take our $5, our $2, so we can help our people back home. And they got took this money. And the elders do not have the courage to tell Green, say, you are wrong. And they are backing the guy, and the guy is disrespecting them. But they are telling the elders, the board of directors, to go and take the case from court. Come on, sir. Why would you want to humiliate yourself 24/7? And you know very well Green is not going to respect you. We are asking you, let the court process continue. That's what Green wants. We are going to stay in court. If Green is serious for peace, we will know. But right now, the charge of philosophy that why he's using, he playing tricks, going through the elder and say, oh, you ask the people to take the case from court. No, we are not. We are not taking it from court. Y'all keep trying again. For 1 year plus, our children did not get any help from Green Court Geleo because he wants to go to Liberia and just dance and come back. Take 7,000 plus and go. Or they gave him 15 to whatever thousand. You go and he dance and come back. And you hold the organization hostage. And now the process is in court and somebody is telling me, is telling us to go take the case from court so that they can go back Green. The man stole our money. Why should we back him? It's the man that embezzled. No, let me leave that fancy book. The man stole our money. Why should we back him? Green is supposed to be backing us. Green is supposed to be backing us. He can't eat our money and you want to go back to SINOE. Man should go dance. And our children are in school. Mana Rose got what, the master's degree or whatever degree she got in nursing. She did not give our children scholarship over there. They want to go dance for Palava Hut. And somebody is telling Dr. You put the ESOTERIC to take a case from court. No. This is what we call dreaming. The elders are dreaming. This dream will not come to fruition. Green will remain court and followers. If you look at the court document, they say United Sapo Association versus Green Court Geleo and others. We are suing this guy. It's not Sapo Association for the father of Sapo Association. Green is not Sapo Association. His Somalian lawyer knows that. And that's what it said. United Sapo Association for the Green will sue these people, the corrupt people that the elders want to support. They know that these guys are corrupt. They ate our money and they can't tell them, so you are wrong. And they're backing the man. And we should come listen to go take the case from court. No, essay. Essay, the court that I'm going to say, I said the sound, no matter what, the verdict will be issued by the court. And not anybody else. We gave you the privilege, we gave you all the time. They both kowtow, they bend down to the elders, they roll, just so that we can have peace. And Green is acting almighty because what? You come on, you talk people money, and you are acting almighty, you want somebody to beg you? It is not your personal money. You talk people money. It's not your personal money. And so why are you backing this guy? You backing somebody for corruption? And so now I hear people equating there with chartered and a chartered time and the people pacify. There's not chartered time here. We are in these United States of America, and when you steal, you go to court. When you commit a crime, you go to court. And somebody can say won't be pacifying the one guy. Oh no. Green will have to spend the money that he's saying he got. And he got a money-making machine that will support green corruption. They will generate that money to support green corruption. The man got to pay that Somalian lawyer. He want to pay. We are not taking it from court. Greens and Green does not want our children to be educated. We gave him 12 students to give them scholarship, and you reduce it to 6, and they're not still getting a scholarship, and he wants us to be in court. We're going to spend the money in court. The $2,000 that Francis wants to give the children scholarship, Green is demanding for it. We're going to stay in court. No, we are not going to take it from court until Green and his followers, they do the right thing. You eat people money and you break around, you sink and you dance, and your people are suffering back home. And somebody want to tell me, say the elders come intervene again? No, elder, thank you for your intervention. You tried for almost a year, and Green did not listen to you. It did not happen 2 years, almost a year plus. It will not happen now. Green is not going to listen to you. And to begin with, the whole elder council is flawed. Our mothers are marginalized. No one woman on our elder council. And that's where the problem came from in the first place. You set our mothers aside. They too, they are not elders. A bunch of men that's in that masculine, patriarchal philosophy. Everything is men. Women be in the kitchen. And our mothers, they were marginalized. Even the new group, we don't know the composition. It's the same people that Green Court you're disrespected. Are the same people. They say they want bring peace. No. These guys, we will go to court. We will remain in court. And I will insist. I'm calling the chairman of the board. I like the fact that the matter is not in his hand. What the chairman is doing is in keeping with the mandate of the General Assembly. The elders' resolution I just read is saying we should go to Florida. And that's the decision for Florida we are going by. And so the only thing I can say to the elders right now when they want peace, when they want us to take it from court, August this year, pull yourselves together, come to North Dakota and make your case to the General Assembly. When the General Assembly say the people should take the board should take the case from court, that will happen, but not right now. Because Mr. Talatin Fale is not above the General Assembly. Francis Clark Meyer is not above the General Assembly. And so right now, they are going to keep the mandate of the people. We are not going to be the green and flout the decision of the people and you declare convention in Minnesota. No, we are not going to do that. So elders, just get your bags ready. Make sure and pay your convention fees. And so we can go to North Dakota. Let me take the call. Hey, Jala. How you doing? Let me see. Let me cut the thing off. Hello?
Am I live?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Okay, a couple things. Thank you for the show. I've been trying to call you by your phone. My Obama phone, so it's just going. Okay, well, number one thing, Green Youth are going to Iowa. And you know, all Green Youth people there, all of them, they went to record high and right there with degree with record. Our ones, they were saying they went to school. We didn't go to school, so when we speak English, book and say, yeah, I did that, but I didn't go to school, but they were want to go to school. I did one where Philip speaking English, yes, my using color chopping the banana tree then. Yeah, but you know, the good thing about our community, we got some sincere people among us. Then we got the other one who trying to be who they not. They want to take the glory that they not suffer for. So, but as far as my concern, phone calls that I personally try to place to those old people, like I said, at this time, there is no Sapo person on this planet that all this noise we're making, all this sacrifice we're doing, we're not doing it for ourselves out here, or we're not doing it because we want to show up. We do it because we want to help people back home. So even the people back home that even allowing Green Drill them to even carry on projects, they are said they themselves they are putting gas on fire.
Right.
Because every town and village they have town team, and those people can say, look, Sapo people they are one. So if y'all want to do something here, you need to put together as your name say, affordable before you can bring anything here.
Right.
But all of them for the hand, like the others, other than are here, like I said, they don't, you know, these are the people that will make the phone call to those people. Because what they think Green and his few hands doing is wrong. And we continue to say, hey, Green thing, he got the power, they want to talking about, the cook can take for long, they will get tired. But I tell you, every single person, when you want to get tired, take your essay, please. Don't bring noise in this thing. We already see noise and we don't want another noise. We want to carry Even when it comes, we'll push it into the coming of Jesus, which I know he's not coming anytime. We'll make sure that Green vomit that money wherever he pull it. So we'll need all of you guys support, and we'll continue to put it in. The last thing, Mr. Kolo and my man Melvin Dweh, I want to say thank you again. You know, like I said, I never trusted you, but at least you did something. Now you can be Green to your friend, so you can teach him what leadership look like. You know, at least that one he will learn from you. That sometimes you can put your bigots aside and do the good thing for your people. Thank you for your show.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
James, you made a valid point. The organization, it has an objective, and the major one is to help our people back home. But the people back home, they know what is unfolding in the U.S. But when Green goes over there to dance, then they jump behind him in the dancing. When Green says he could undertake a project, they are supporting him. So Jala made a valid point. They are helping to push the organization in different directions, to divide their people here. Because when two people are fighting, you don't support one side. We are not against development in Liberia. That's what the organization was established for. But everybody, like the mother said last night, Mother City, some of them, they are not working. They will take a little thing and you give it to us as leaders to do something for our children, fathers and mothers back home. And so when that decision is being made, they should have an input. It shouldn't be Green Court, Geleo, and Kamala Ross and Joyce Seeyon sitting in their living room and make decisions for everybody else. You can make decisions for the finances of everybody else. If they have personal money, you can make your decision in Ross's living room. But once it's for the body, it's for everybody, let's go to where we designated to meet, the convention. And then the people will decide what they want. But Green cannot yank the money from the account, carry somewhere in Minnesota somewhere, and they say the undertaking project. It disrespect to other people that took their little time, money, to go to the convention. They didn't want to pay gate fees and those things. They have to rent hotel, they have to get rental fees, and all. They have to buy food and those things. And somebody will say, Ali Ayatollah, I will make the call. And then the elders will tell us, after they tried for almost 1 year, and Green disrespected and cussed them out. And they say, you know what? We come here again. Y'all take the case from court. No, you should have prevented the case from going to court in the first place. That's what you should have done. That's what you should have done. You not to allow it to go in court. No. You should have prevailed on Green to go to Florida so that he can make a case before the people. That's what you should have done. But you allowed Green to call another convention in Minnesota. And then now you are asking us to take the case from court. I say the court is wrong. I'm going to court in there. Green jail. Yes, we'll put him in jail. All the people that follow him, we'll put in jail. Because after we finish with the civil case, we are turning into a criminal case. Because going public account and taking $90,000 a criminal. We'll put them in jail. All of them. We'll put all of them in jail. We're not going to leave them. So anybody's going to tell me corruption will be history in the Sapo community. It will be history in the Crew community. It will be history in all the tribes community in SINOE County. SINOE County, corruption will be history. Honorable Zaza started the fight and exposed TJ first, and you will declare guilty. Send them all the rat for corruption. They are in their holes now, they're hiding. And we're going to make sure in the U.S. to set that example that Mr. Zaza set in SINOE County. Green and his followers, they will be in the archive of the United States as corrupt people. We're not going to leave them. We are not going to lead them. And Madam Ross over there, she got a professional license, and she is not protecting your license, and she's protecting corrupt green code deal, sending enough for profit money, $28,000. She's sending it from her account and sending it to Liberia. That's embezzlement. Going after you. We are not joking here. We are not joking with anybody that will be in corruption. Corruption is killing people at the second highest killer, if not the first, next to war. And somebody want us to pacify Green and his followers. Darius Moore, a young man like that, he joined Green called corruption. And somebody will come tell me, oh, you take it from court. So we can mako way, the Sapo way. I said, you know that way, we are not the same people. When you steal, you and myself different. Can't steal people money. You want to beat your chest over it? We are not the same people. We are separate. We are not on the same moral compass. Your compass is corruption. Mine is pristine. We are not the same people. We are not. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the progressives, in the cause of the people, the struggle continues. We are not going to give up. And the question is, for what does the struggle continue? For what? For the people. We want projects and not monuments. Because what Green is doing, he building monuments. Build people. When you build structure, let the structure produce people. Yes. So we want educational edifices inside the country. We want schools, technological facilities to empower our people, and not building unnecessary palaver huts. No, we don't need those things. We need libraries with books in it for the children to read. We need advanced modern computer labs for our children to be technologically savvy. We don't need palaver huts. And somebody going to dance for that in Liberia. You think Madam Ross a nurse because she sat on a palaver hut? No. She went to the people decent schools here. And now what she a nurse? She driving Mercedes Benz. She living in a mansion. We want our children in Liberia to do the same thing. And now when the Green Court GU and Madam Ross and those to be driving fancy cars. We don't want our children to sleep on mosquito-infested buildings. They build palaver huts when they go there so the mosquito can't eat them. Our people don't sleep in those things. Build buildings that will produce people. That's what the kind of buildings you want. Because that build the next generation, because the generation part is damaged already. So that prepare for the next generation and empower our people with the requisite skills so that they can be valuable too. And not just you. You're destined. Tell people, oh, the other one that single people did not need palaver hut. The tribalists and sectionalists. I will deal with all of you. Yes. We'll deal with you. All that tribalists and sectionalists thing you're on here. All the pendency out to all of you. I will deal with all of you. That Kabade and Sinko and Dwason, all the other people they call it, say, Dwason retired movement. All that corruption, all that thing that you're doing, you're just marginalize your brothers and sisters. I will be on your back. I got to go. And so when I go, you know what I can do, right? I start blending. You just change your words. I start blending. Because you know, start blending, you get me to contend with. We'll be on it. No giving up. We are not the road is rocky. The road to success is tough. But we'll stay the course. Because we want to free our people from themselves. We'll free you from yourself. Because you yourself is the one that put yourself in prison. I will free you to free yourself from yourself. I tell you, no. The philosophy of Taliali all over. About you do it? No. We are not the same people when you steal. You must say, I don't want the same compass. We are not the same thing. We are different. When you are killing people with poverty back home and you holding money hostage here, we are not the same people. No. We are different from me. Philosophically, we are different. We want everybody to get the same privileges and everything that you have here. And you holding money and you build palaver hut and you are dancing. What can palaver hut produce? Tell me, people. What can you get from palaver hut? or whatever you call it, nurses quarter or guest house. You building for guests and your people are suffering? I need Johnson and boy know your poor roof over the people in their houses. And I be building Palava house all over the place. You build schools. They educate our people. Why are people running to Rwanda? They're producing people, school. And people here, they say they're destined for Palava. I'm out for the day, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for following Voices. Sorry for yelling. Yeah, but when the thing get to me, when I hear the thing, then while people talking, yeah, Lee Green, let back in man. It's your balloon. It's your balloon. No. Then balloon your idea. No. Then balloon your idea. No idea. No balloon. You punish the person. That's what you do. You punish people that steal to make people poor. You punish them. That's what you do. Green got to be punished and follow us. We don't beg you. We don't beg you to tell you to take law for something from court. No. Green should get the money. And the man could lie and say after the so-called board chair told us that they got a $90,000 and they turn around and can't tell us, oh, now they told the Somalian man, when they get $1,000, that the people that will can't believe. Tell me, that's how you're gullible. I'm not gullible. No. I'm beyond gullibility. But deal with the people then, and I'm going nowhere. I said, I said, and it's that being said, have a wonderful day. I'm out. Guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Madam College Foley is my special guest on the platform tomorrow.